Dis reg Katlago, want hierdie is Spanspek se plek in our espresso kitchen. Our food stylist and chef Zozo is in the hizzo. And Zo, I do believe we're making a Spanspek sorbet this morning, am I right?
Yes, and for Spanspek, it's something that people either love or they really hate.
This is true. There's no middle ground.
There is no
really.
middle ground with Spanspek, but I think making the sorbet might just convert the haters.
Oh, because that's what Zozo's all about.
It.
She converts people.
Yes.
So what do we need for our recipe?
Okay, so we've made ice cream before many times, and the difference between ice cream and sorbet is that ice cream obviously contains dairy in it and cream, etc. Sorbet doesn't, so it has more of a risk of crystallizing if you don't churn it.
Okay.
So this is a very good recipe because you can just freeze it without churning, and I love unchurned recipes because not everyone has an ice cream churner.
I love things that are generally easy.
Exactly, me too.
Nice.
Oh, yes, I feel you on that one. Okay, so pot on. This is a cup of water going in there. And then just a cup of white sugar.
There we go.
And you stir that. Just a little bit more because the cup wasn't full.
Should I stir for you?
Yeah, please. You stir that until it's dissolved.
Alrighty.
And then you bring it to the boil, and it'll look like this syrup. We can see it's gone a bit more viscous.
Yes.
And yeah, it's thickened up a little bit, but it's got no color yet. So you want to boil that for about 20 minutes. So with sugar, make sure that you dissolve it before you start boiling it, otherwise it will crystallize. Okay, so that's pretty much the only risky part in this.
And also we don't want to put our finger in there to feel anything where sugar's concerned.
Never, ever, ever. Okay, and then here we've got some Spanspek puree because of course, you know, it is a Spanspek sorbet.
All right.
Just brightening it up with a bit of lemon juice. You know, lemon is a flavor enhancer, so it just brings out the flavor of a Spanspek. Actually, if you just cut some Spanspek and you want to eat it, squeeze some lemon on, sprinkle some salt.
Really?
And it'll heighten the flavor to another level.
That's good to know.
Okay, so Spanspek, lemon. We've got a bit of vodka here. You don't have to use the vodka. The vodka helps it set in the fridge without crystals. You can use just glucose as well, okay?
All right.
So just a little bit. Then here we've got some egg whites, 2 egg whites that we're whisking.
All right.
And then you grab your syrup and you slowly pour it
into the egg white.
Into the egg white. So it's cooking the egg whites.
Okay.
And it's forming like a really rich meringue. We call this an Italian meringue.
All right. Is there no chance that it could possibly become like scrambled eggs?
There is a chance, but because we're using a machine, try to use, you know, a handheld whisk if you can. If you're doing it by hand, get a friend to sort of control the speed that the syrup is going in at.
All right.
So basically pour it in. So it's cooking the egg whites and it's forming our air, which is what a churner does. You know, it forms air in the ice cream or the sorbet that you're making. So with this, I'm going to cut it short here just for time.
Alrighty.
So basically you whisk this and it becomes all fluffy. And it's a meringue in essence.
Looking good. We're doing good, Zola. Not that I'm doing anything, but...
Oh, well, thanks, leigh-anne.
All right.
Okay, so then this goes into this. Mix it up together. Pop it into the freezer.
For how long?
About 3 hours. Depends on how full your freezer is. The fuller your freezer, the longer it'll take to set.
So once we put it into the freezer...
It freezes.
We've got to say,
hey presto! Look, sorbet.
All right.
And look how it's not icy, it's not crystallized. We've scooped the bowl here so you can taste.
Wonderful.
So you can taste that, but I'll show you. It's not very difficult.
Okay, once you're busy
either.
scooping out, if you would like this recipe for our Spanspek sorbet, all you have to do is SMS the word dessert to 33728. That's DESSERT, and we will send you the link and the shopping list for this particular recipe. It's delicious, it's good for you, full of vitamin A, full of yumminess, and it will convert you. We're gonna make another delicious Spanspek recipe after the break.